Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Like I promised, I have another story time for you. After sitting here for a while, debating what story I should tell you, I think I'm gonna tell you one that's a little too, I guess, scary. Is when I had my first stalker moment. You know, somebody that I used to talk to, I mean, we would text back and forth, nothing too serious. It was kind of scary in my situation because I've never had a stalker before. This person was becoming really obsessed with me, and I kept just like pushing them aside, you know, putting them in a back burner because I didn't want anything to do with this person. It just got intense, and this went on for about a month and a half, and it started really like, you know, we started texting back and forth. We started just being friends, I guess. You know, he was a Facebook friend of mine that lived here in Arizona, but in his Facebook said he lived far from here, like it's maybe an hour or two away from here. You know, he sent me a message. I never replied to his messages, and after 15 messages that person sent me on Facebook, I replied, and I was like, what's up, you know, whatever. We were talking as friends, I guess. And he was talking to me about some, you know, this person was going through some hard times, some emotional things, and you know, wanted someone to talk to. He didn't have anybody to talk to, so I kind of felt like, you know, I don't know, like, could I help this person? You know, just listen to his problems and kind of like, for some reason, every time there's a problem or people have like a relationship problems or whatever, they come to me. I don't know why. I'm single. I've been single for a long time. I don't know why people keep coming to me for relationship advice, but that's what it was. He was having some issues or whatever, and I, you know, being a nice person that I am, I talked to him about it, gave him my advice or whatever, and then he wanted to exchange numbers. And so, you know, after talking for what, like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I exchanged numbers with this person. So I don't recommend that after a few weeks of meeting. You know, I would probably exchange numbers now after months. When we exchanged numbers, like, it was about 5 to maybe 7 or 8 messages a day, and what's going on, how you doing? And I'm like, good, I'm hanging out with friends. Oh, who you're hanging out with? Are they boys? Are they girls? Like, he wanted to know every little specific thing that I was doing, like with who, where, what time, or, you know, just stuff like that. I'm like, man, like, what? This person's acting like they own me, or, you know, we're in a relationship. We're not. We're friends. It went to that, to not only sending me text messages, but calling me constantly. I mean, I'm talking about 10 calls a day, like in the morning. I'm like, dude, 6 in the morning, and I'm asleep. Like, I'm asleep, don't bother me. 6 in the morning, I don't answer. 6:30, I don't answer. 7, it's like, dude, what the hell? I was going to the point of going crazy about the situation. So I turned it to phone calls until I was like, you know what? I don't know if I can do this anymore. It's become an issue to me of you constantly calling me. Like, I could be at work and I'm working and I can just hear my phone go off, like, you know, vibrate. And I'm like, you know, if you want to talk about this, like, we can meet somewhere, talk about it, and whatever. We ended up meeting up. I talked to him about the situation, how I didn't feel comfortable with him sending me text messages nonstop and calling me nonstop. Like, what was the issue here? Why do you feel the need to do that? This person literally straight out told me that they're in love with me. They're in love with me, they want a relationship with me, and they want to start something. I'm like, if it was something like that, why didn't you tell me in the beginning? Why didn't you just let me know? I was like, okay, you know, but like, I'm not really looking for a relationship. I'm not really looking for anything right now, you know. At the time, I had a job that I was really serious about and really trying to, you know, do something with that. I was like, I'm not really interested in that. And, you know, my thing is my job right now and my family. I can't be in a relationship. Like, I'm not looking for one. And so he was like, okay, you can tell in this person's face that they were not happy with that, with my answer. So it stayed that way. He stopped calling me and texting me for like a week. He deleted me from Facebook, which I was okay with. And then after that week, it started again. Somehow he friend requested one of my friends that I was hanging out with at the time to see what I was doing. And he started, again, calling me. I wasn't really answering, and, you know, somehow through my friend's pictures, saw how we were working together and found out where I was working at. When he called me and left me a voice message right after, this was I remember it was a Friday night, and I was working a late shift. I think I was off around, I want to say 6 or 7. He had left me a voice message that I saw asking me what time I get off work. And so I texted him and I was like, I get off at 6:30 or 7, whatever it was. He's like, I want to see you. I want to apologize. This person wanted to apologize. They wanted to see me and apologize and start everything over again. I was like, why? Why? Like, the whole week I was so comfortable just, working, hanging out with my friends, and not even worrying about this person constantly calling me. He's like, I just want to see you right after work. And I was like, okay, where do you want to meet? He's like, let me know when you get off. And I'm like, at 6:30. He's like, okay. And he never responded again. And so when I got off at 6:30, let's just say 6:30 because I don't remember if it was 6:30 or 7. When I got off of work, I had my, my bag. I had this little bag that I carried all the time with my stuff in it, my keys to my car. I was just like, getting ready to friggin' get off of work. I was so tired. It was during I want to say it was during the holidays. And I was just like done. I was just so exhausted. I just wanted to go home and relax. And as soon as I walk out of my, the back door of my job that I had, he is parked right next to my car. Like literally right next to my car. I was just like, what the fuck? I came out of there like shocked. I'm like, what the hell are you doing here? Like as I'm walking towards my car and he's there, literally with a box of chocolates and roses in his hand. And he's sitting in the front hood of his car, like literally leaning on it, like a scene of a romantic movie. And I'm walking towards there like, oh my God, like I'm looking around, making sure nobody sees this whole situation. And I'm walking towards the car and he's like, hey, and I'm like, hi, what the fuck are you doing here? I'm like, how did you know where I work? He's like, oh, you told me. And I'm like, no, I didn't. I can swear I never told you where I worked. So that kept me thinking. I'm like, oh, I don't think I told him. Like, I swear I don't. I would never tell anybody that. He has his, 12 roses, like a dozen roses on his hand, which are really pretty. I love roses. I like peonies or white roses. So anybody out there who's interested, hello. Anyways, so I'm like, oh, thanks. I didn't know how to react. I didn't know how to take all that. I didn't know what to say. Like, words were just not coming out of my mouth. Like, I didn't know. I didn't know what the hell to respond to all that. He's like, I just want to apologize. I want to start over. And I'm like, okay, I don't know if that's going to happen. You have to give me some time because, you constantly calling me and constantly you just became too much for me that I can't deal with that. So you just became too much. He gave me the roses, he gave me the chocolates. Like, I didn't really want to take them, but who could say no to chocolates? At the moment, I didn't know if he was psycho or fucking crazy that he might add something into the chocolates, but wanting to kill me and just have me all to himself. And so we talked for a little bit. He wanted to start over. I was telling him that I needed time to think about it, and he was willing to give me the time, and but still that him finding out where I worked was still in my head. And that's when one of my friends the next day told me, he's like, do you know this guy named blah blah blah? We're not even gonna mention him. Let's name him what should we name him? Let's name him Kyle. Just because I saw the name on my email. Let's name him Kyle. Do you know this Kyle guy? She said to me, my friend said to me, do you know this Kyle guy? He's like, he started following me and he messaged me about you, asking me if I knew where you worked. And I guess he saw the pictures of us together at work that we took one time. And I was like, oh my God, that's how he found out. And I texted him right after she told me that about, hey, did you add my friend so-and-so to find out where I worked? Is that how you found out where my job was? Because I remember not telling you at all where my job was. I remember not telling you at all. So that shit I would remember if I did or not. He was like denying it. He was like, no, what are you talking about? I would never do that. And so I took screenshots, like friend requests that he sent her and like the message that he sent her, and I sent it to him, and he didn't reply to like the next day telling me, you know, that yes, he did do it. Like he straight out told me, yes, he did do it. I just wanted to know who you were hanging out with. I didn't want to see you hanging out with other guys, blah, 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 because he wanted to start fresh and he was really interested in me and he really wanted to make this whole thing happen. And I'm like, dude, come on. I can't. We're not even like together or even dating or going on a date, and you're already acting like you fucking own this bitch. Like, no. I never let anybody own me. Let me just tell you that much. All of a sudden, I just started as I was driving to work early in the mornings, or when I got off of work at nights, I can feel and see that car everywhere that I was. I don't know if it was me or if it was just that I was paranoid about this guy, trying to figure out stuff like that. I kept seeing that car everywhere. So I was to the point of calling the cops because I kept seeing that car everywhere, and I know it was him. I'm for sure it was him. So as soon as I was done at the gas station, I got into my car and I left. And all of a sudden, as I was driving out of the gas station parking lot, I can see his lights turn on and then go. I'm like, oh my God, is this how I'm gonna die? As like a stalker killing me or an overly obsessed person trying to murder me? That's how it was. It followed me for like a few minutes until I got onto the freeway. He got off of an exit and that was that. And then, it just constantly kept happening. And I remember a couple times that we would go out to dinner with my friends and he would be there. He would be there, pretend to like, oh, hey, I didn't see you here. I didn't know you were here. Like that type of shit. So it started becoming like a weird thing of me seeing him following me to certain places, bumping into him when I would go out to eat with my friends or go out to have a couple drinks or whatever. All of a sudden he'll be there. I mean, my thing is never to break anyone's heart, but that became the most scariest thing in my life. Is this guy is capable to be stalking me through social media. At that time I stopped posting my location of where I was, but I don't know who he followed of my friends. I don't know if he followed several of my friends or all of my friends. I had no idea, but that's how it was. I kept bumping into him everywhere. I literally called him one night and I went off on him and I told him, you know what, this is it. That's gonna have to stop. You're not gonna stop this. This is going to some serious shit right now. So I kept telling him, straight out, if I continue seeing you around, I know you're not doing this. I know you're doing it in purpose. So if I continue seeing you everywhere, I'm gonna start calling the cops every single time I see you because, this doesn't feel safe anymore. I told him, like, there's gonna be problems. And if I'm gonna have to hit someone, I'm gonna hit someone. I'm gay and everything, but I know how to fucking protect myself. So let me just tell you that. I went to a ghetto-ass middle school in California that I learned how to fight there. So yeah, all of a sudden after that, I stopped seeing him around. I wouldn't see his car anywhere. So the last thing I heard is that this person moved. So I have no idea what's the deal with this person. I haven't talked to him in so many years. I have never had a stalker like that before. Stalkers. I never wish that upon anybody. That's a scary situation. I never want to be in that situation ever again. It's a little story I wanted to share with you guys about a stalker that I had. Every Tuesday, I'm gonna make a storytime video, and the next one, I don't know what the next one's gonna be. I don't know if the next one should be a very known YouTuber sending me nudes. Should we do that? I don't know. I don't know if we should. I don't want to ruin his whole... And I bet you know who you are. Anyways, guys, that was a short and sweet little story I had to tell you guys about my stalker. If you haven't seen my first story time of me being arrested, I'm going to put the link down below so you guys can watch it if you want to. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe because I know about 80% of you guys that watch my videos are not subscribed to my channel. So I really, really would love that. And as always, guys, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.